Thank you so much, Michael. Let's head on over to Lake Alfred, where Jeff is on the air. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, how you doing, Larry?
Good, man. Good.
I've got a 2016 Denali. It's got a 6.2 gas motor.
Yeah.
And I don't have any issues with it now, but what I'm asking, if it's not under a load or whatever, it drops 4 of the cylinders off.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the motor. I love the truck. It gets 23 miles to a gallon on the highway. It's unbelievable. But I've had a couple of people say that they've had issues with them, with the lifters and things. Is there any way to disable that?
On a truck like that, does it come with a towing? Do you have a receptacle on the back of the vehicle for towing?
Yes, and then it has a tow option that I use when I pull my boat, which, of course, that drops it down to about 12 miles to the gallon when I'm towing my boat.
But what I'm saying is, see, it'll recognize if you plug in if you just plug the actual plug, not the boat harness, not the trailer harness, but if you just put the plug into the back of it, that'll usually disable the multiple cylinder displacement system.
Okay.
If you do that, then you're going to cut off. You're going to cycle off your torque converter clutch. You see what I'm saying? Because see, you're going to be dropping on the transmission if you go into tow mode. If you just plug it in, see, as long as there's something plugged into the receptacle, in most cases it will automatically disable the cylinder system, so it won't actually drop into the 4 cylinders. I'll tell you a funny story. I had went and got a C8 Corvette, the new mid-engine one. And I tell people this story all the time. I say, this is really kind of funny. I mean, you think about a vehicle that'll 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds, a very, very fast car, and it's also a 6.2-liter engine. Now, when you're out on the road, if you're not in race mode or anything with the vehicle, and you're cruising, you can actually, that vehicle will go into a 4-cylinder mode, and in that car you can't even tell when it does it. It'll just illuminate on the dash that it's in a 4-cylinder mode. And then you can look at the fuel burn on this thing. Do you know that car, I don't know how accurate it is because my foot's usually into it more than this, but when that thing is in that 4-cylinder mode, that car is getting like 34 miles to the gallon. Can you imagine a Corvette getting 34 miles to the gallon, but yet we'll do 0 to 60 in, a little over 2.5 seconds. It's hilarious when you really think about it. So I guess technology is kind of good for a few things, right? But in your case, there's also some aftermarket programmers, Jeff, if you wanted to look into that as well, that will actually disable that system as well. But if it's working good and you're not really having any problems with it, the later model ones, as long as you're running really good oil, and when I say good oil, everybody knows what I mean. I'm talking about AMSOIL. We don't really have any problems with those lifters, if you run good oil. So the earlier ones from 07 to probably 2012. Oh man, when we replace those engines, we literally deactivate the system completely, camshaft, lifters, everything. So that way you don't even have to go through with it because the lifters that you got for them back then were just so lousy. But on these newer ones, it being a 16, we don't have that many problems with them if you run the good oil. And the ones that you hear people talking about are usually the older ones. So enjoy your gas mileage.
Thank you so much, Jeff. That opens up a line for you. Call 844-580.
Hi, folks. Larry Perry here. For automotive information, maybe you got automotive questions on cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. Maybe you're thinking about purchasing a used vehicle, and maybe you just want my opinion. Tune in to the Magic Mechanic radio show every Saturday, 3 to 5 p.m. on wdbo.com. Also, tune in to our Magic Mechanic YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe. And we'll all get together, maybe fix a few cars while we're at it.